What's up, Drivetrain? We are back today. Today is a build video. Exciting video. Exciting! Previously, I'd made a video about the Sprint Block 3000. Sprint Block 3000! And what that ended up doing was making the best creation I've ever done. Now, a couple of you had commented on the fact that somebody had outdone that and made it even better. And so that had one drawer glide on it. It moved back and forth. It was a great tool. Now, recently, a lot of people, even some pros, you might have seen KJ Romero in this video here, where he and Barry Nobles were doing a shootout. And Barry has the nice primo pristine Sprint block, and KJ had a wooden one that was real similar to what I have, but a bit more advanced kind of angles. Anyway, we're gonna talk about it in a minute. Also, Nick Long has recently done some promotional things on Instagram about somebody who's making some wooden ones. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna walk through. I'm making a wooden one. I'm making the Sprint Block 4000. Sprint Block 4000! And it's gonna be the wooden one. It's gonna slide back. We've got drawer glides. So first thing we gotta do is go to the store and pick out the drawer glides. So let's go to Lowe's and grab those.
We appreciate you visiting Lowe's. Have a Lowe's safe day.
So the next thing you want to do is set up your bike, ideally a race bike, and you may have thousands of dollars in your race bike, but you do have to go get the free tape measure from Harbor Freight because it's a requirement. I'm trying to find out how tall I want to make this. Usually it's about 11 inches, but if you want to be a factory dad, customize it for your young little kid's bike, then this is what you're going to do. You're going to set the crank arm up in line with your rear triangle. Anyway, we're going to try and measure on flat ground and find out how tall it is. So I'm at 11 inches here to my pedal. Now, when I'm actually on the gate, this is probably going to sit a little higher like that. So 11 inches for me is fine. But if you're lower, if you're like 10 inches or something, you want to know that. So I built all this around being 11 inches tall. So now we've got our 11-inch measurement. To speed this video up, I'm gonna save you from watching me cut lumber with a circular saw and be super safe with my safety sandals on. Instead, I've got all the pieces cut. We're gonna lay them out and show you how this is gonna go together and the general idea and measurements of what I'm using to make an 11-inch tall Sprint Block 4000. So let's lay it out. Got a lot of stuff over there right now. Where should I put this? Find a spot, excuse me. So these are all the pieces and parts that we need outside of the screws to hold it all together. It is not too terribly complex. I did change this and put a 2x6 on the bottom. And this 2x6, I took at 16 inches. And then we've got two 2x4s that are 13 inches. Now this was a 2x4 also at 13 inches, but a 2x4 is normally 1.5 inches. I cut this down to be 1.25 inches so that I could get my appropriate measurement. The next thing we did is we had a 4x4, which started out kind of something like that, a 4x4. Actually, if you line it up, you can see, hey, there's that mark right there. So what we did is we took these guys, we stuck them on like that, we drew a line, and we cut it after we cut it this way. But since we already had this additional piece with an angle on it, what I did is I kept this one, cut it down. This is where the pedal's actually gonna rest, and these things will go in the middle. The reason that I kept this length is because I wanted to be able to hit one screw here and a screw back here. So when you look at this, see, I kept that width so that when this thing sits down on it, it'll actually sit like this. But you see how we can get screws in the front and the back to hold that thing on. So in the end, you're gonna have some drawer glides like this. All this stuff is gonna smush together. That thing's gonna sit on top. And then when you ride, well, okay. Yep, anyway, when you ride, it moves and it's secure. And let's zip it together and then test it out. So you may ask, Dave, why didn't you just pay the dude 50 bucks and get the one that he already makes, and then I guess you got to pay shipping to get it to you? I had lumber, scrap lumber, 4x4, scrap 2x4s, 2x6. So this cost me like 14 bucks, I think, for the drawer glides, and I got screws. So that's why I'm doing it and not buying one. DIY, that's what we're doing here. Let's wire myself together over here. All right, y'all, finished product, well-aged wood, a little bit of white lumber that's been in the shed for a while, 2 drawer glides, kind of scoots back, comes back up. Apparently some people will put like a little eyelet here and an eyelet here to have a spring, which in theory allows it to auto return. I'm too lazy for that. I can just move it with my hand. But I do like the 2x6 base. I had that on the last one as well. It's not even, and that's okay. I don't ride even, whatever that means. Anyway, it's gonna work. And if it falls apart, I got extra lumber that I can replace and put in it. And this thing, it might grip the pedal and make me do weird things, but that's gonna encourage me to go up here. It does come in right at 11 inches from bottom to top. So she's good, she's sturdy. Yep, it should work. All right, guys, go out and build your own Splint Brock 4000 and get a tool that you can learn to do some sprints with that you can use in the parking lot. I'm hoping with this one, I can put a little tiny bit of grippy stuff on the bottom, take it back up to my my local track on the starting hill like I used to do with the other one, so that I could be on the hill and not have it wobble around because it's wood on concrete. But anyway, we'll see. I'm gonna take you out to the track with me. We're gonna take that thing out there. We'll do some sprints in the parking lot. We'll do some sprints at the track, and we're gonna test it out, see how it does. But build your own, have some fun. Hey, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and we'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.